Okay. Uh, get my microphone here. All right. I've been here in a while. So, if you couldn't tell by the way I look or by the way I talk, I am not a investing or a finance professional, but I am going to talk to you today about a few things that have been going on in the news that have been on my mind, and I kind of wanted to express my own thoughts about them because a couple of them are just a little bit ridiculous. So I'm sure recently you guys might have heard about Bed Bath and Beyond. It's a big retail store that has been hitting some tough times, understandably. Like most big box retailers during the COVID pandemic had been absolutely hammered. I mean, their profits shattered because they were very big with in-person shopping. They weren't really a online-based retail store. So when everything moved online for about a year and a half, they were obviously not very prepared for something like that. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond is a special case because their customer base and the goods that they provide is just a little see, they cater to a certain audience where it's mostly home goods, home, bath, kitchen, and stuff like that. But it's not to say that the stuff they were selling was only specific to their store, because you can buy the same things that they were selling at Target, Amazon, other big box retailers, Walmart, for example. But they still had a dedicated audience that I guess just liked their goods. I understand that they had a lot of, as seen on TV products. They also had a really high shelves that went from floor to ceiling that was just filled to the brim with product that really made for this kind of you're searching for hidden treasures kind of vibe, I suppose, which sounds a little ridiculous because it is. So when COVID hit and people were no longer able to shop in stores, of course their profits were ripped apart. Now, why are we talking about them today? Well, as I'm sure with the whole saga with GameStop and AMC, they're now a part of it. A lot of people on Reddit, on the r/Wall Street Bet subreddit, saw that it was being heavily shorted. We're talking about 40% shorts and even further beyond that. If you don't know what shorting is, you're basically betting that the stock is going to go down. So if the stock goes up, you're really screwing those people that have those short positions. So people on Wall Street Bets, like they saw with GameStop, thought, hey, let's buy into this stock and it's going to go shoot to the moon. Now, it did go up really high. I think it went up some 300% or something like that. And then it went down another like 270%, so almost back to right where it started. Now, why is this important? Because now we're seeing a trend to where meme stocks are actually a thing. All right, they're work into vocabulary. You see news articles talking about them. You see institutional investors quoting things like, GameStop, Wall Street Bets, AMC, and meme stocks. Now, the weird thing about this is how, in a way, since they're talked about on mainstream media and on YouTube channels such as myself, they're a little more mainstream. I don't want to say that they're taken more seriously, but I think when people talk about them, when people talk about GameStop, or in this case, Bed Bath & Beyond, when people are talking about it, they kind of listen. They kind of take it seriously. They're like, oh, maybe I should invest into some Bed Bath & Beyond stocks. I think what's important to understand, and for everyone to understand, is that a meme is a joke. All right, it's not meant to be taken seriously. All right, it's a ha-ha funny kind of deal. So I think when you hear people talking about meme stocks, it's probably not a good idea that you invest in them, because these institutional investors that have been doing this for a very long time, as scummy as they may be, they kind of know what they're talking about. So when they're shorting a position, when they're saying a stock is going to go down, chances are there's a good reason for that, and they're not just trying to bog down the price of the stock. Now, by shorting a company, are you bogging down that price of that stock? Absolutely. All right. In a way, you can say that Bed Bath & Beyond is an undervalued stock because of the number of short positions that they have is dragging the price lower than what it should actually be worth. But regardless, it is still a worthless company. The concerning thing is that I was on TikTok just scrolling and I saw people talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. And I can see that people said, oh man, I just bought into it just a little too late and now I lost my money. If you're a retail investor and you don't know what you're doing, buying into these meme stocks can be very dangerous, because do you have the potential to make a lot of money? Absolutely. But you also have the potential to lose a lot of money. And when you're just throwing your money into certain things without knowing what you're doing, without knowing what you're talking about, you're essentially gambling your money. Now, in a way, is throwing money at the stock market kind of just like gambling? Absolutely. I'm not going to argue against that, because there's a lot of parallels that you can draw between just throwing your money and hoping that you make some money or you lose a lot of it. But I think it's important to understand that the more you know about the stock market, how financial systems work, about company financial analysis, options, shorting, you have better odds at making money. So I say that's the key difference between just straight gambling. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're absolutely just gambling your money away, and you're kind of asking for yourself to lose a lot of your life savings. So I think that's what's important to understand about something like Bed Bath & Beyond.